Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning, such as the meaning of sacrifice. The world is in a bad state, but all will become even worse unless each of us does his best. Life is not a quest for pleasure or for power, but a quest for meaning. The greatest task for any person is to find the meaning of his or her life. Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. Live as though you are living a second time, and as though you had acted wrongly the first time. Challenging the meaning of life is the truest expression of the state of being human. Ever more people today have the means to live, but no meaning to live for. Each man is questioned by life. To life, he can only respond by being responsible. The point is not what we expect from life, but what life expects from us. There is nothing that helps one survive the worst conditions as the knowledge that there is a meaning in one's life. No man should judge unless he asks himself whether in a similar situation he might not have done the same. You don't create your mission in life. You don't create your mission in life. You detect it. A man should not ask what the meaning of his life is, but remember that it was he who was asked. Decisions, not conditions, determine what a man is. Life ultimately means to fulfill the tasks which it constantly sets for each individual. Success is total self-acceptance. Every human being has the freedom to change at any instant. When a man finds that it is his destiny to suffer, his unique opportunity lies in the way he bears his burden. Don't aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you are going to miss it. For success, like happiness, cannot be pursued. It must ensue, and it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself. Happiness must happen, and the same holds for success. You have to let it happen by not caring about it. I want you to listen to what your conscience commands you to do, and go on to carry it out to the best of your knowledge. Then you will live to see that in the long run. In the long run, I say, success will follow you precisely because you had forgotten to think about it. But there was no need to be ashamed of tears, for tears bore witness that a man had the greatest of courage, the courage to suffer. Love is the only way to grasp another human being in the innermost core of his personality. No one can become fully aware of the very essence of another human being unless he loves him. By his love, he is enabled to see the essential traits and features in the beloved person. And even more, he sees that which is potential in him, which is not yet actualized, but yet ought to be actualized. Furthermore, by his love, the loving person enables the beloved person to actualize these potentialities. By making him aware of what he can be and of what he should become, he makes these potentialities come true. An abnormal reaction to an abnormal situation is normal behavior. Ultimately, man should not ask what the meaning of his life is, but rather must recognize that it is he who is asked. In a word, each man is questioned by life, and he can only answer to life by answering for his own life. To life, he can only respond by being responsible. In some ways, suffering ceases to be suffering. At the moment, it finds a meaning, such as the meaning of a sacrifice. What is to give light must endure burning. So live as if you were living already for the second time, and as if you had acted the first time as wrongly as you are about to act now. The one thing you can't take away from me is the way I choose to respond to what you do to me. The last of one's freedoms is to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance. for the first time in my life. I saw the truth, as it is set into song by so many poets, proclaimed as the final wisdom by so many thinkers. The truth, that love is the ultimate and highest goal to which man can aspire. Then I grasped the meaning of the greatest secret that human poetry and human thought and belief have to impart. The salvation of man is through love and in love. The pessimist resembles a man who observes with fear and sadness that his wall calendar, from which he daily tears a sheet, grows thinner with each passing day. On the other hand, the person who attacks the problems of life actively is like a man who removes each successive leaf from his calendar and files it neatly and carefully away with its predecessors, after first having jotted down a few diary notes on the back. He can reflect with pride and joy on all the richness set down in these notes, on all the life he has already lived to the fullest. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. Man does not simply exist, but always decides what his existence will be, what he will become the next moment. By the same token, every human being has the freedom to change at any instant. Forces beyond your control can take away everything you possess, except one thing: your freedom to choose how you will respond to the situation.